Hello, everyone. It's Shane Conto, your Wasteland reviewer, and welcome to the streaming Wasteland here on the SPM Crew Podcasting Network. And this is my weekly show where I pick three streaming services and choose one previously released film from each of them. And this is on a Friday, so hopefully, after this episode, you have a nice weekend full of movies to go check out. And this week, we're heading over to Netflix, Disney Plus, and Mubi. And let's get things started over on Netflix, which this film it had just celebrated its 10-year anniversary way back in 2024, just a short while ago. And this film is Christopher Nolan's Interstellar. And this film blew up on its re-release in IMAX. They were like selling out theaters everywhere because this film is a marvel of filmmaking. It is so incredible what Christopher Nolan's able to do. And he does what he does so well. And what makes this film stand out is making up for something that people criticized him for. A lot of people criticized many of his films up to this point because it lacked that emotional depth. It lacked that personal connection his films were at a distance, and this film at the heart of it is all about love and that father daughter connection between Matthew McConaughey's Cooper and his daughter Murph, played by Mackenzie Foy, and then later Jessica Chastain. And this film is an awe-inspiring, just incredible journey through space and what Christopher Nolan's able to do to leverage his own research and special effects and practical effects to bring space to life, wormholes, and creating these things that are as accurate as human beings could possibly get it is fascinating. The visual effects in this film are off the charts. The score from Hans Zimmer just going ham on some organs is beautiful. It is haunting. It is bombastic. It creates a soundscape that is unescapable. And there are so many great moments in this film, from the planet with the giant waves that is thrilling and suspenseful with the ticking clock and the score to the confrontation on Dr. Man's planet and, trying to dock on a spinning space station, and this fascinating puzzle box of a movie that goes well into these big ideas about space and time and tesseracts and string theory and all these fascinating ideas, big ideas that no one is able to navigate, but at the core of it, it's all about love and this connection. Matthew McConaughey gives an incredible performance, and we all know the scene of him crying as he's watching these videos of his now adult children. And Anne Hathaway is fantastic as well. Jessica Chastain. You have Ellen Burstyn and John Lithgow, young Timothy Chalamet. David Oyelowo pops up for like one random scene. Bill Irwin as Tars, one of the machines based off of the monolith from 2001: A Space Odyssey, steals the show. Michael Caine, William Devane, Wes Bentley, Casey Affleck. This cast is stacked. And even one secret character that I will not give away in casting, because that was a shock when you were sitting in the theater 10 years ago and saw that person revealed in this movie. This is a towering achievement of filmmaking. And is it going to look as cool at home as you're streaming this on Netflix? No. But this is, a 10 plus year old movie. So this is your option now if you missed it in theaters. But this is just an incredible feat. This is peak filmmaking from Christopher Nolan. And I think this is slowly becoming a film that so many cinephiles look to when you think of masterclass of modern cinema. And that is Interstellar. And this is one you certainly do not want to miss out on. Heading over to Disney Plus, we're turning back the clock way back to 1950, and we're going to celebrate one of those classic Disney animated films, and that is one of the most iconic ones of all, Cinderella. film's like 74 minutes. It's lean, it's cute, it's endearing. It's one of those kinds of stories that is timeless. And certainly, or have things aged differently? Of course they have. And is it overly simplified? Of course it is. But there's a charm, there's a beauty to the animation, just this hand drawn, impressive feat that are these old school Disney animated films. And this charming little film is an inspiring story of a young girl trying to rise up out of these oppressive circumstances from her evil stepmother and her stepsisters. And, she just needs a little magic along the way. And Verna Felton's iconic fairy godmother character is so wonderful and charming and fun. And you have Elaine Woods as Cinderella, who's like the iconic Disney princess. And you know the story. It is a classic. And, you know, getting to have that little bit of magic, getting a wonderful dress, and having that horse-drawn carriage that, is just mice in a pumpkin, and all of these wonderful things, and that beautiful slipper. And, you have these devious stepmother and stepsisters. It has all. It is a timeless story that you've certainly heard many times, and you've probably watched this at some point, but how long has it been? And that's one of the nice things about Disney Plus, is being able to go back and dip your toe into some nostalgia and watch some of those old school projects from Disney. And Cinderella is certainly one of those wonderful timeless classics. Now, I don't usually do this. I try to shake things up a little bit in terms of what I present on here. But I did wind up picking a second Christopher Nolan movie for this week because Mubi has his directorial debut following from 1998. And this 69-minute little crime mystery thriller is such a fascinating little film. And this is one of those circumstances where you're watching an early film of a director and you see those fingerprints all over it. And oh, this is going to be something special. This is a director that really knows what he's doing. And with the right budget and the more time to develop story, something special is going to come from him. And this little film is shot in black and white. It is lean, but it's 69 minutes, but it is complex and layered and really playing with time and how you tell a story. And you see this time and time again from Nolan. But Jeremy Theobald's the young man, it gets caught up in this whole entire conspiracy with this thief played by Alex Hall and this young woman, Lucy Russell, as he's stalking and he's following this young woman and he's breaking into people's homes. And you have all of these elements that are so challenging in terms of like, do we want to be with a protagonist that does all these sketchy things? But it's that kind of thing where it puts us into that situation and we have to grapple with that moral dilemma of what's going on here. And this film is full of twists and turns and revelations of what's really going on. And that's what makes it so fascinating and so engaging. And it is a haunting little film. And Nolan obviously had so much potential back then and certainly has lived up to that time and time again with so many fantastic films in his career so far. But it is a fascinating exploration going back to the beginning and seeing how his filmmaking has evolved. And this certainly is a great place to start right there on Movie. But that's a wrap here on the streaming wasteland. So let's do a little bit of review. So going back to Netflix, we have 2014's Interstellar. Over on Disney Plus, 1950's Cinderella. And over on movie we have 1998's Following. So a couple of Nolan and a Disney classic for you for this week. And what's hilarious is if you combine both Cinderella and Following, still won't be as long as Interstellar. So there you go. And you could always do a double feature of Nolan. But thank you for listening. Make sure to like, comment, and share on this episode. What's your favorite Nolan film? What's your favorite old Disney classic animated film? Make sure to follow or subscribe wherever you listen to your podcast. The SPM Crew Podcasting Network has a lot of great shows from about movies and television and music and sports and physical media and comics and just talking about life and getting to know some people in our community and with Luke and so many great shows and we're expanding, and if you have ideas for shows or you want to collaborate and come on, make sure to reach out and make some connections. And if you like our logo, go check out High Flyer Creative if you have any digital marketing needs. But most importantly, thank you as always for tuning in and supporting the streaming wasteland here on the SPM Crew Podcasting Network.